Hello again, Marie Cochran back, and today we're talking about self-sabotaging. Ooh, that's a heavy one. That's a heavy one because I have a lot of experience with self-sabotage, okay? And I think the greatest value that I can add to you today about understanding this is being aware of when you're doing it and having a game plan so that you can stop. So I read this book one time and it was called The Power of Habits by Charles Duhigg. And in the book, it talks about how we're like machines, right? And so what happens is we have certain triggers that open up certain systems in our mind and allows us to just get things done. For example, you don't have to think about brushing your teeth in the morning. At this point, you go to the restroom, you take out your toothbrush and you put on there. You'd have to think, oh, what do I have to do next? Oh, what do I do now with the tooth? You don't have to think of it like that because your body is running just on a system. And the thing that I've learned about self-sabotage and how to stop it is that this is a system. Right? This is a programming in my mind that I need to go in, stop, and reprogram. Because what would happen in my life is I'd be on track, I'd be going after a goal, and then these systems would show up in my life. These programmings that are not serving me would show up in my life, and I wouldn't wake up to it until after the damage is done. Okay. And then so once I get there, I told you a little bit about my upbringing. Once I got to the point of now I have already self-sabotaged, I'm sitting in my failure. I'm sitting in I'm beating myself up because, wow, you messed up. You failed. Oh, look at what you did. Because before I had a relentless winning mindset, I was queen of a relentless losing mindset. I actually mastered beating myself up so that way I didn't give my father or anybody else the opportunity to do it first. I already did. I took care of that. Okay. I mastered that. So I wasn't giving you that space. But of course, that's not healthy. Of course, that wasn't getting me anywhere that I wanted to be in life. So now understanding self-sabotage, what happens is in the midst of doing it, the first thing that I do is I acknowledge it. Marie, you're sabotaging yourself right now, okay? But then we have to have a plan on what we're going to do. One of the most successful ways that I've been able to break or stop sabotage is by calling a friend, right? Calling Don, calling Jody, hey, right? Let's get together and do something, because then you have an accountability partner. Then you have somebody that will help you because it's a programming that's inside of you. And sometimes you're doing it and you're like, oh, I know this is wrong. I know I shouldn't do it, but it's so programmed in you, you can't help it. Right? But when you have an accountability partner, when you have a group of people like the Passport to Purpose team, where you're being so intentional and you've been open, honest, and transparent, we're holding you accountable not to tear you down when you mess up, but to back you up and to support you and say, okay, we're winning and learning out here. We're not here to judge. So what do you want to do? Tell us again about your dream. Let's remember your dream. Let's remind you of your dream so that you can stop, pull that emergency brake, and then start reverse engineering back to where you know you're supposed to be. So self-sabotage doesn't scare us anymore. We know that it's a part of it, just like failure, right? We know that it comes and rears its ugly head here and there, but you will get to the point that as you master doing this more and more, you'll get to the point where you start stopping it faster. Right? It doesn't get as far as it used to go anymore because you're like, nope, I pull the trigger and now I touch base with my accountability partners because they know the goals that I've set, the reverse engineering that we've done to help me keep moving forward on my goals. They know, okay, well, we stopped at step 5 before everything started happening. So now let's go back to step 1 and check off where we need to be so that you can pick back up with step 5 and keep moving forward. Because that's what this is really about. God intends that you live your dream, that you fulfill your purpose, the purpose that He has given you. And He has surrounded you with amazing people that will help you do that. But you have to be intentional, right, with stopping things. You have to be the leader of your life that is willing to say no, that has the courage to say no and stop yourself when those different things like self-sabotage rear their heads. So this one was a little heavy, but it's good stuff because we're not afraid of those things that would keep us back from being successful. Until next time, talk to you later.